what makes Austria so special in this tournament was the fact they've been under the influence of Ralf Ragnick. Obviously, we know him from his time at Manchester United or Leipzig, but he's brought this young attacking flair into Austria, and typical Austrian football we see being quite defensive, quite boring, but they brought this quite exciting attacking flair, obviously mixed with quite of the oldies such as Marko Laucevic and Sabitzer. But Austria have been so exciting to watch in this tournament, and as a neutral, I like to see them quite do well. It's always nice to see that underdog story, and I do think Austrian football will be on the rise in the next years to come.
The secret of Austria playing style is it's the one and only Ralf Rangnick, the coach, the head coach. He did this job well, and when he become Austrian coach, I think 1.5 years ago, he got his play style, his new play style. He played a different play style. So he took an old play style from Austria from the last years, so and changed into a new one. So he developed the playing style from Austria.
I think people have massive respect for Austria. I mean, people even know they play football in Austria, to be honest. But then they have that guy that wasn't good enough for Man U, but apparently managed to build a team from scratch, a whole country from scratch, but not good enough for Man U. I mean, people are just amazed of how organized, how consistent they were.
Austria will be a big loss to this tournament. I'm surprised to see them go out to Turkey. I fancy them to progress through, and a lot of people were calling them as dark horses before the tournament started. What's happened with them is they've just had a manager in Ralf Rangnick that's got a set way of playing on and off the ball, pressing monster, just made his players better on the training pitch and harvested a really, really good team. So I was actually quite disappointed to see them get knocked out, although if England had got through, they'd have potentially had to face Austria, and I wasn't sure I was looking forward to that. So Austria have been one of the teams of the tournament regardless, but I'm surprised to see them go out early and a little bit sad to see them go out early as well.
The pressure is huge now on the top players because they play a lot of matches all over the year. I think the calendar is horrible. It's just horrible. And now with the new version of the Clubs World Cup, as you know, we will have like 24 teams in the Clubs World Cup. Means more games for the top teams and for the top players. I think they should consider less matches for the clubs, especially in European football. And the most important thing now is to revise all the calendars in European football and to set a new one, taking into consideration the international football days and the FIFA competitions like the FIFA Clubs World Cup and other stuff as well.
On player exhaustion this Euros, obviously I think we're all scrambling around at the moment for excuses for why England are looking so bad, and there are some players that do look tired, but there's players in the Swiss team that will have played 50-60 games this season. We're not looking at them and thinking that they look tired. I think it's an easy excuse. You know, they're footballers. They've had a few weeks off before they've come on international duty. Yes, I guess it's been a long season, but they are finely tuned athletes. I don't think you can ever use exhaustion as an excuse in an international tournament. I think mostly teams are on a level playing field. It's when teams don't look themselves or when they're not playing well or they're losing games. That's when the exhaustion tends to come out, and I'm not buying it. That's not something that I buy at all.
I mean, they haven't been really injured until now. If you're referring to maybe weather conditions, the fact that they're playing it during summer and sometimes it's a bit too hot. With modern football, the players are playing too many competitions and too often as well. So when you look at Spain, the likes of Pedri, for example, with Barcelona, who has been used probably every game last season, or players that always, even Mbappe, he was injured. It's not linked to any muscle injury or anything, but psychologically they are exhausted, and I think obviously it can impact the competition. The players that are used to this kind of pace in football and playing that many games, I think they will be fine, but probably the youngsters will struggle a little bit more. But I think he has impacted the competition, yes.
Yeah, people are very excited now about about the Euro 2024, especially if you check the fan festivals that are built in some of the Arab countries and some of the cities, you feel like the people are crazy about the Euro 2024. And the thing that helped is that the big teams, the popular teams in terms of the Arab world, they are still competing, like Germany, like Spain, like England, like France, like Portugal. So with no surprises in the round of 16, the excitement is getting bigger, no doubt.
I think what makes Arda Güler so special is that he's so humble at such a young age. And I think where he broke into the Fenerbahce first team at 15 years old and he got given that first team experience, and he's not like the average 18-year-old player who's been just thrown in from the academy at a big club like Real Madrid. He's worked his way up and he earned that move to Real Madrid. And I think having that experience of being around that Real Madrid team with Jude Bellingham at such a young age, I think bringing that into our Turkey team has helped him so much. And obviously, look, all our Turks, we said Arda Güler would be a breakout star of the Euros, and he's living up to his name. I think that goal against Georgia was probably, in my opinion, the goal of the tournament. I think even if you're just a neutral, you celebrated that goal because you want the young kid to make a name for himself. I think he has made an input on this tournament, and whatever happens now for Turkey in this Euros, if we're not successful in the quarterfinal, I think we're going to remember it just for that Arda Güler moment and making his name as the next star to come out of our country.
Yeah, I feel like Arda Güler is those kind of players that you want to see live in the stadium. I feel like he, as a midfielder, he's able to create a lot of chances for Turkey, and the game he missed because he was left out in the team by the manager. I felt like Turkey was struggling a lot building those attack, and also I feel like Arda Güler is the one that can give those passes, but also has a really good shot. So I feel like he's a key player for Turkey, and also I feel like whenever he's playing, the team is in general better in the attack. So that's my opinion about Arda Güler.
Luckily, he didn't start against Portugal, and I never understood that decision from the coach. He really is. They say he wants to leave Madrid because he wants more minutes. I think that would be a mistake. Even with all the Real Madrid players they have, I think you don't leave Madrid after 1 year, you know. He's amazing the way he's a bit like, he reminds me a bit of Ozil. You know, the way he's like very elegant. It's almost like effortless. It's almost like everything comes at ease for him in a good way. He's just a very elegant player. I mean, the way he shoots, even the way he's just like an elegant player, you know, like Rui Costa, Ozil, Zidane. He's that sort of player that kind of, like, it looks like he doesn't even sweat when he does things. He's just like pure talent. Turkey, very, very lucky to have him.
His colleague, his teammate Pepe is older, but Ronaldo is still the player to build a team around him. As you can see, he's playing as a striker, not as a winger now. But still, his role is very important. His role is to keep his team, to keep the tempo of his team in the attack. Ronaldo knows that he can't play like before. He can't be on the wing. He can't be running with the ball all the time. That's why he's satisfied with his role now, and he's playing for the team, not for himself. At the end of the day, Ronaldo is an historical top scorer, and no one can reach his goals. So it's time now to play for the team, to play for the country, and they have a big chance to win the tournament, as I said in our first meeting.
I think one word to describe Ronaldo would be icon. I think every football fan respects him in some aspect. Obviously, people say they're Team Messi or Team Ronaldo. I just say I'm Team Football. I think you've got to admire Ronaldo, what he's done on and off the pitch, the legacy that he leaves behind in Portugal, but not only football itself. I think everyone tuned into the game against Slovenia and see that moment where Ronaldo started crying, and everyone had that emotion. Everyone thought, is Ronaldo crumbling here? Is he gonna just let his team down? But he picked himself up and obviously scored a penalty shootout, which was quite nice to see. I think, look, Cristiano Ronaldo, he's got to that age now where he's coming towards the end of the career, and look, he won the Euros with Portugal, and can he win it again? I'm not too sure, but look, Cristiano Ronaldo is a football icon and probably, in my opinion, one of the greatest of all time.